Hey, everybody. Welcome back, and thanks for being here with Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome back to Marked by Wrestling for a very special occasion. It's not just a Marked by Wrestling show. We've got a very special family has come over to visit tonight, virtually speaking. And we've got a big occasion for those of you who are going to have a little bit of a breakfast buffet of WWE wrestling in Australia this weekend called Crown Jewel. It's time to do some predictions. But here in the Coalition family, we do not do predictions alone. We do them as a family, and we compete for a little something called the Coalition Cup. So we're going to do that thing, and we're going to do that thing like an impromptu tag team match on Raw or SmackDown right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. A&B and A, our current Coalition Cup champion, who, by the way, got to put him over, went 5-0 at WrestlePalooza. A&B,
that's what I'm talking about. I want you, Balboa. I want you, sucker. I want you, sucker. Come on, woman. Coming over to my apartment. I'll show you what a real champ looks like.
Is that Mr. T?
we hitting Clubber Lang up in here. Okay.
Oh gosh.
That's
We're
right.
going
Come on now.
strong.
Braining.
All right.
Defending. Bring it. I got it.
It has been more than a minute. It's been several minutes since we've been in the same space.
We miss you. Uh-oh, my sound went out. I can't hear you.
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh, he's frozen.
All right, so we're gonna have to carry the show. Marked by Wrestling is oh my gosh.
Are you frozen?
Okay, you froze there. Are you live
I
again?
think I'm here now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just
scared.
I'm just so intimidated by A's championship reign. I got to go find the eye of the tiger if I'm going to keep doing this prediction show. Somebody call Apollo. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you guys are good. Sorry. Yeah, it's been, I was just saying it's been a minute. Glad to be here. And yeah, we're absolutely happy to talk some Crown Jewel. So
do it.
So just opening things. This thing's early. So real quick, just for the community, let's put all the cards on the table. Are you guys going live for it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're going live for Crown Jewel. She is none too pleased with it. Okay. But she's also not pleased that we're going live for Monday Night Raw, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Monday Morning Raw.
Early. Woo! Monday Morning Raw.
I didn't agree to that one.
You agreed to it. It's on tape.
No, I
think it's on tape.
I think there needs to be some sort of brunch bottomless mimosa situation going on for early morning viewing, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay awake, and a mimosa may put me to sleep too.
Mimosa and a Red Bull or something. I don't know.
Right.
Or something. Yeah. I'm excited. You know, we mentioned this briefly in the NXT chat, and I got to say, I'm happy, you know, for the world of fans that we have, you know, this sort of Netflix option that there's never really a preemption ever again for Raw, at least, you know, they can just flex and be on whenever they want to be on. And the nice thing is if you do want to sleep and just put your phone in airplane mode so nothing gets spoiled for you, you can go back and watch stuff without ads, which is helpful. If that's the option you choose. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to get up Saturday morning or not. I was not brave enough to go ahead and and put my thumbnail up for Saturday, but I'm leaning towards it. We'll see what happens. But
All right.
yeah. If not, well, I'm sure it'll be a great show, and I'll find out later.
Right.
But yeah, nevertheless, I know a lot of you guys have been rocking with us already the past couple hours for NXT, so I'll stop the jibber jabber, as Clubber Lang would say,
Jibba
and because we don't want to pity you fools, and we're just going to get straight to the.
jabba.
So I'll see how many more Mr. T references I can make throughout the prediction show, and
That's
maybe
right.
we'll have an unofficial count. But speaking of unofficial, the unofficial has become official. Maybe he shows up fashionably late, but he gets on the card, ladies and gentlemen. Roman Reigns is going to be taking on Bronson Reed, who was sadly missed out on the Perth PLE last year, I believe due to injury. And
Mm-hmm.
in an Australian street fight, will there be Bowie knives? Will there be boomerangs? Will there be bloomin' onions? I don't know what's going to happen.
Bloomin' onions.
But I know there's going to be a fight, and shoes will probably be snatched at. We'll see what happens. But nevertheless, shout out, by the way, to Ricker T. Love it when a plan comes together. Great,
yes, sir.
Great A-team quote as well. Thank you, Ricker T. All right, so Australian street fight, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. You are the defending champion. Go first.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Roman
baby.
Reigns. Look, here's the situation. All right, like you said, you called it. It was sad that the big man missed out on being able to go back to his homeland. This time he's being able to do it. He's going to go visit family, get some good food, have some drink, and the whole 9 yards. Okay, that's his win coming at Perth. And that's all he's going to win. All right. When he steps into the ring with the tribal chief, the tribal thief will be coming up just a little bit short. And the reason why I say that as well, because we saw on Monday Night Raw, you got one Mr. Main Event, Jey Uso, coming in hot, coming in the clutch for his cousin. I think we might have a situation over here. Not that he needs him, but I also feel like we might get some Braun Breaker-ish interference. And if that's the case, you got to have the Usos coming in here and doing a little something. So I suspect shenanigans. I don't think this is going to be a straight match, but regardless of what happens, Roman Reigns will come out victorious.
Okay. B, you're up.
I mean,
Roman Reigns.
he was dominant last night, which, doesn't always look great, but I loved it. I think it's going to be a great match. You're absolutely right. There's other people who are going to be factors on both sides. And I'm all about it, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with my tribal chief. I gotta be loyal.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, in that, I think after Raw, I'm very interested in seeing that there's some things. There's a stew going, on Monday Night Raw. There's some things marinating and percolating, and there's some renewed flavor in the story of the bloodline with Jay and Jimmy and Roman, and there's a few wrinkles in the vision as well. And so I have a feeling some of these things are going to cross paths and play out, because at the end of the day, we're a month away from War Games. And I think we're heading towards who is going to take on a Vision super team at War Games. Just my thought. And so I think, we're going to see some twists and turns. I do think A has a good point. I think just having the match is the attaboy for Bronson Reed. I think Roman wins, but I don't think he takes him alone. I think Jay maybe, or as I'm sure he does not like to be called, little Roman. Boy, I tell you, that look on his face when Punk and LA Knight called. I mean, that was some real. I know. Like, as the old white man in the room, this sounds like the dumbest thing for me to say, but that was some real hood stuff right there. Just to see him react to
give you a pass
when you're called little this, little that, little brother, whatever, little cousin. When his whole, I really love. I love what he's working with right now. What Jay's working with right now, and I think he's. I think he might get involved. Maybe Jimmy too. I just don't think. I think there will be a modicum of protection for Bronson Reed in losing, because I do think they believe in him. But it's Roman, and he got stretchered out last time. So I mean,
right, exactly.
I don't think they're going to do that twice. So yeah. So that's 3 for Roman, and that's going to be what it is.
He got stretchered out. He lost 2 pairs of J's. He can't go out like a straight Punk at Perth. He just can't do it.
No. This isn't The Rock dealing with Cody. This is Roman.
Too soon.
Roman will get his win back. Anyways, all right. Coming up next, more of the casserole of emotions happening on Monday Night Raw within the Kabuki Warriors, within Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. We've got a tag match that I think, and this is high praise because this is a stacked card for only 5 matches, could steal the show. Hometown girl Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, arguably the best wrestler on the roster right now, against Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, who are doing some nasty work on Raw right now. B, I'm gonna let you go first, just because it's your turn, not because it's the ladies' match.
It's funny because this soap opera they got going on is phenomenal. It's just fun.
It absolutely
who's
is.
writing this stuff now, but it's great. Well, it reminds me because a lot of the different. I think that it was actually not the I think it was the Korean soap operas, not Japanese, but for a while, me and some of my daughters were really into these, and they were all in subtitles, but we were like, who writes this? And I feel like they hired that writer. Like, who was writing it? It's great. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Rhea and Io for the win. Because Asuka was successful in helping Kairi cheat to win, and they are willing to do anything to win. But then in that case, they could get caught and get disqualified. But it's going to be a phenomenal match. But I'm gonna go ahead and just say Rhea and Io.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next, and I'm gonna echo that too. I think Rhea and Io have got to take this one. One, especially if Bronson's losing, Rhea's winning. I don't think they're gonna go 0-2 for hometown talent. And also Rhea. I love me some Bronson Reed. I cannot tell you how much I love me some Bronson Reed. But Rhea is a mega star. She's Cody, she's Punk, she's Roman, she's Cena. Like she's on that echelon. And she ain't losing in her hometown. And like, even though she's kind of the garnish to this match, but she's here though. And also Io's been getting punked for weeks now.
Right.
So she's going to do some punking back. And so I don't know that this story, I don't think this story is over. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. And shout out to it's such a low bar to call this bravery, but the bravery of creative to tell this story through subtitles half the time, just so the ladies can give more natural promos and stuff.
Yep.
And like they're leaning a lot. And I saw this on NXT tonight. I see this sometimes on SmackDown. They're letting a lot of the international talent communicate in their native language a lot more. And I'm so glad that they're trusting the audience more to connect emotionally with the talent by letting them be themselves. And they are that being said, they are working on their English, and they're kind of like being bilingual in promos and stuff, and
Right.
and that's good. But really letting the passion come through in their native tongues is so good. Like, I don't even need to. There was a clip going around from a couple of years ago. I think right post pandemic, when Io and Asuka were going back when Damage Control was like a big heel faction, and Asuka and Io just had a promo in Japanese, straight up Japanese, back and forth. I didn't even know what they were saying. And Asuka just burnt her up. And it finally just ended with, Io dropping the B word, and like that was it in English. And it's like, that's how it's time to fight. Anyway, but the crowd didn't need to know what they were saying. They could feel them, and so I love that they're doing that, and leaning back into that, and they're doing these like produced vignette promos too, and also like something I think that has come as a major benefit to like the TNA partnership and the AAA partnership is the commentators are less nervous about acknowledging people's histories in other promotions. I still think they don't talk about AEW, but who cares? Hardly. I mean,
yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, that's a chance to throw shade on that. but for everybody else, like it'd be like, yeah, they were together in Stardom or New Japan or whatever. I'm like, yeah, like tell people what they did. Like that's fine, because even like we haven't gotten to the Cena AJ match yet, but like them talking about being the faces of two different promotions at the same time on Monday, I'm like, yes. Just tell people that like we don't have to hide from facts anymore. Like this is not the Vince era, so I love it. I love it. So Rhea and Io, all the way, with hopes that train keeps rolling for I'd say another month at least, and then maybe they can all shoot off into different things, because somebody's gonna have to wrestle Stephanie on Raw coming up soon, and it's got to be, and I'm hoping it's one of these four ladies. So we'll see what happens. You have the floor, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you both. Quite simply, it's going to be Rhea and it's going to be Io. Hands down, I say that because Kairi Sane, with a little help, a little assistance from Asuka, got the win on Monday Night Raw. I do not suspect that would be a 2 in a row situation. Typically, it doesn't go that route. I am open to the possibility of an Io turn. I think that would be kind of wild. And she, in fact, it's all been either it's been a ruse or she is just Asuka is just somehow, some way, just too persuasive. I don't know. It'd be pretty wild if she ended up turning on Rhea. Rhea gets misted. Rhea gets the elbow. I mean, every finisher that the ladies have to. I would not be totally surprised if that happens.
It'd be a good twist
after the match. I don't know if that would happen before. I still feel that Rhea and Io need to win this match. They need the momentum. If anything, Rhea needs the momentum for sure. She's been doing a lot of talking. She's been doing a lot of backstage. She's got a little excuse me. There's only one word to describe Rhea, and I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWFT. Soft. She's been a little too soft for me. A little too soft for me. She's trimmed down a little bit. She kind of got rocked, pebbled, if you will. Dropped some weight, and with it, her sense of anger and just I don't know. We see shades of it, but I don't like this kinder, gentler Rhea. I think she needs a good swift kick in the pants, and being betrayed by somebody that she's over here like, hey Io, are you good? Are you all right? Do you want to talk? I've got big shoulders. If you want to cry on these. I don't like that, Rhea. Okay, I want the.
You don't like nice people.
I don't.
You gotta have trust and care in storytelling in order for that care to be betrayed, so the trusting person can get mad.
Yeah.
And I think we're sitting through that with Rhea right now. I don't know if Io will turn or whatever. I hope that this foursome, though, keeps working whatever they're doing, even if they do a rematch with a stipulation or something like that, we get, because at the end of the day, one, Rhea has, I agree, Rhea has not been the same since Naomi left. Because, her and Io were going at it for the title, then Naomi cashed in. And then after that, it just Rhea is she's always there, but she's not really in the mix, right? And even if Rhea comes, goes off on a side quest or something during Royal Rumble season or whatever, I would love it if they found a way to naturally preserve the story going on here to have Rhea finally beat Io at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah.
Because there's still some sauce in the fact that she's never beaten Io.
Yep.
And right now she doesn't want to because they're on the same side. So like if there was a time for Io to snap on Rhea, even if she wasn't joining up with Asuka and Kairi, to be like, I've had enough of you. You keep saying you're helping me and you're getting in my way, whatever, right. That they could still get that competitive edge against each other. I don't know. But yeah, I'm down for getting to that. So we'll see what happens. So
Yeah.
But we all agree. We're all on the same page on this one.
Mm-hmm.
We are all in 100% agreement for the entire show so far.
So
far, we got 3 matches left though. So
okay.
All right, one last time. In the words of AJ Styles, paraphrasing, story. We don't need no stinking story. We just need a match. John Cena.
We don't need no stinking
one more
story.
time in Australia with the phenomenal AJ Styles. No story, just moves, just matches. I'm going to go first this time.
Right.
I was thinking about this match, and I saw AJ's promo this morning from last night's Raw about that, which, by the way, again, phenomenal, no pun intended, episode of Raw last night. The 6-man was excellent. I love Penta, Dragon Lee, and AJ as a 6-man. That's fantastic. There's just great performances all around last night. I'm usually a critic of a match just for match's sake, because there are other companies that thrive on that formula, and people are happy one night and then they forget about it a week later and it never gets brought up again. Right. And I think WWE shines when they have a good base of, we just got done talking about everything that's going on with the ladies and how that's shining. I think John Cena, this is just my personal opinion, I'm not here to convince anyone else. I think John Cena is the exception or antithesis to that rule, at least in this year. Every time they've tried to do a story for him, it's fallen flat this year.
Yep.
More often than not. And when they just and before SummerSlam, John Cena said, "You know what? I'm just hopping in my DeLorean and I'm going back to US title John Cena, and I'm going to get in that ring and set the ring on fire with whoever I'm in there with."
Right.
Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, Sami Zayn. I am not counting Brock Lesnar because I'm still pretending he's not here, but everyone else has been burning it down. And so this is one time where we're just going to throw a match in the ring and we don't owe you a story. I 100% buy into that for these two men because they've already told you their story 10 years ago. So like step in the ropes, show me that you can still go because I'm absolutely going to show you that I can still go. And I think Cena will deliver. I think AJ will deliver. Cena does not have the handcuffs of a lukewarm heel turn impacting his wrestling, motivations in the ring. And I think he and AJ are just going to absolutely go after it. And AJ, these are two made men. And I think AJ's old school. I think Cena's taking it. I think it'll be great. I think the crowd will love it. I think they will do some fun spots. I think he'll beat AJ one more time in the end. AJ will give him the hug or the too sweet or the handshake or whatever. And Cena will get his 100th PLE victory against AJ Styles.
Oh.
Hey, what say you?
Before I do, Dro had said something. Did he say something in your live for NXT?
Dro, you're gonna have to remind me. He did tell me to tell you something.
Yeah, I'm
from
not
NXT, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I think we were talking about. It might have been something we were talking about UFC. I think that we'll hit pause for a second. I think he told me like John Jones was going to fight at the White House or something like that.
Oh, yeah, okay. You mentioned
anyway,
that earlier in the stream.
Yeah,
okay.
I was shocked to discover that, but anyway, yeah.
All right. So in regards to this, I went on a little bit of a rant during our Monday night Raw watch along.
She just said, "You ain't bad. You ain't bad.
You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing." No. Yeah. Look, I've got to take umbrage with this. Okay. I'll keep it as succinct as possible, because you gave us background in the very same show, and you actually had people there on the show to back up the background. You gave us a promo, and then you cut to the actual people to hold the bag. I do not like one person having to hold the bag for a feud for weeks because the other person is contractually not obligated to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. It's just the old school in me. It doesn't make sense. I don't have it. You're relying on your matches of old to carry through to this feud with no build whatsoever, other than being completely and solely manufactured. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. This is the match I'm least interested in, to be perfectly honest with you. It's great to have a history lesson and to see that it was Cena that beat him for a 16th title. Fan-freaking-tastic. And we fast forward all these years later to number 17. So the fact that they're going to meet again is great. It would be awesome if John Cena was still champ, and that would have held a little more water, quite honestly, where you're going to face the guy that you beat. Maybe, maybe not. Will he get the title? Will he not? That would have had a little more drama. They decided not to go that route. It is what it is. It's just a shame, because the reason why I'm saying this is that I can't remember who it was, and maybe it was Rhea Ripley, or it was Charlotte Flair, and they were talking about, there was a match that she had, and she was talking about the history, like, we did this before, and we're gonna do it again. Like, she was going back to like years ago, and I can't remember who the heck it was. And
Rhea and Charlotte.
I want to say Rhea. Was it Rhea?
Because they had multiple WrestleMania.
And I just didn't like it. It fell flat. It to me, it fell flat. I think it fell flat with the audience, because you're building something from years past that, quite honestly, a lot of people have kind of forgotten about. And it didn't hold the same. They tried, but it just didn't hold the same. When you have a feud, it involves two parties simultaneously feuding. It just is what makes sense. But this isn't necessarily a feud. This is just a match. Just two guys that used to get it on back in the day, and now we're just going to have a match. And the match came out of nowhere.
You mean like when The Undertaker came back every year to challenge somebody?
Hated it. Especially after he lost. Hated it. Just could not stand it. So, yeah, John Cena's going to win. He absolutely has to win, especially coming off that loss to Brock. He is absolutely going to win. I think it's going to be a barn burner of a match. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think it'll be a fun match. It'll be a great match. It'll be a fun match. It won't be a bathroom break match. But again, this match came literally out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And I know the rumors. John Cena wanted to work with him. We just heard this stuff. We didn't get anything official from anybody. Not WWE, not John Cena, not AJ Styles. We've got nothing from anybody. This match literally came out of nowhere. And one of the things that always grinds my gears is you always hear people and they're talking about, where did this match come from? Why is this person facing this person out of the blue? How did that happen? And that's what I feel about this match. Yeah, they have history years ago, and I'm sure it'll be a fun match. But WWE dropped the ball with giving us what they should have given us, is some solid background, some kind of interaction, some kind of something on WWE television, not just tweeting something You got to give us something on WWE television instead of saying, okay, John Cena's going to face him at Crown Jewel. And then that's it. And then, hey, listen, AJ, you're going to take this microphone. You're going to carry this for the next few weeks because John Cena, we're not going to see him again until literally Crown Jewel. That just doesn't work for me. I'm done.
I'm going to give you all the time you want. Real quick, I just want to add on to what A's saying. And a couple of things. One, yeah, he said Cena.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, she's got ADHD.
No, it's okay. It was all in.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point about sort of the WrestleMania, the trilogies and stuff, of matches and everything. The first trilogy I think of when I hear match trilogy or WrestleMania trilogy even is Austin and Rock. And not once in any of those three matches was the build to their WrestleMania match a reference to a past match they had.
Yep.
And so like being like, we're having a match because we've had all these other good matches is a thing. At the end of the day, I think this falls a little bit on WWE creative, like doing a poor job of budgeting John Cena's time this year, because the opponents that they decided to do a story on, it felt weak. Like I did not care for the build to Randy. I didn't really care that much for the first build to Cody. I mean, calling the second one a build is a little bit of a joke, although the promo that he did cut I thought was good. It's just like, here's 1 week and that's it. Punk was a good build. I think that was it. But like at that point, I didn't have any kind of delusions that Cena was dropping the title to Punk. But, at that point. And so now it's like we know how many matches I'm assuming they know what matches they want him to have, but they also know how many appearances he has left. Yeah. And so they're having to be creative with like, I'm just going to show up on SmackDown and Sami Zayn is going to offer me the open challenge.
Yep.
And I was only coming to say hi to this crowd one more time. And so, here's a match. And now, everybody's, they've trained us all to think, AJ's not getting one of these matches. And they know the crowd is upset about it. So he just sends a tweet because he doesn't have enough appearances left to actually build a story. And they wasted one on Brock, which we might still yet get another one. We don't know from there. And then there's rumors going around about how they're even going to get to his final match, which doesn't sound like Cena's going to be very much involved in that either, because again, he's only got 3-4 more appearances left. So it just feels like, it feels like they bought a bunch of groceries at the beginning of the month, and now they're in the last week, and all that's left is ramen and peanut butter, and
they don't want.
And we haven't peanut butter soup 3 days a week.
Peanut butter ramen soup at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So like we're just using what we got left because we went too hard in the beginning, and maybe that wasn't even the best meal anyway. So like, sorry, by the way, anybody who's new to the channels, most of my analogies are food based. You'll learn that about me, but nevertheless, I see your criticisms there, and at this point, I'm taking that age old sour Rock advice and being like, I'm just going to go on for the ride because I'm not expecting anything cinematic for Cena anymore, and I'm at least grateful that since the face turn, he's trying to give us our money's worth once the bell rings. Which I think with
which face turn. I'm
Cena's face turn.
This match with Sammy. Because the only thing I can remember is how bad he lost to Brock. I can't get it out of my mind. But
no, I think Cody, Logan, and Sammy were all great matches. My opinion. No, I didn't care for the Lesnar match, even if it was a throwback. The first time Lesnar did that to him, I loved it because I hated Cena back then. But this time I'm like, we didn't need that. We could have given that match to somebody else. Anyways, but yeah, and whatever he's got left, I have faith that again, once the bell rings, it'll be worth our while. But anyway, I took a whole extra turn that I didn't even deserve. So B, take all the time you want for this one.
Okay, so hold on. I'm getting something. Hold on. Oh, you know what? The sponsor of this match wanted me to make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is brought to you by AARP. Now, if you go to Denny's at 4 p.m., you could get a very special deal with your AARP card, and it's not too busy yet. So go in there, mention AJ Styles versus John Cena, and get a special early bird dinner percentage.
With the
And I'm
phenomenal
back.
plate.
The phenomenal plate.
Ouch.
So, you know, I really have no room to be talking.
Ouch. Just what do you come on now.
I'm gonna go with AJ because otherwise it's so predictable. AJ actually goes here. John Cena does not. I don't care if he came back for a retirement match. He don't go here. And everyone expects him to win because it is 100. I think it'd be cool for them to do a swerve. And poor AJ is only there to lose these days. Only there to lose. So go with AJ.
You know, it's kind of sad for AJ because he did his little heel thing that I thought had some real potential, and that didn't really go very far because I don't think people really bought him as a heel.
I mean, it was a heel of a try.
Either. Yeah, it was a heel of a try.
But
It
yeah,
was a heel of a try.
I'd love to see him get this win.
Yeah. So I think we're all on the same page,
even
right?
take
We
that long.
got Cena for the win.
No, I said AJ.
Oh, you said AJ.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Cena.
See, he said I don't listen to him because I have ADHD.
No,
What's
I
your
thought you said.
excuse?
Oh no, I thought you said Cena. Okay, so it's AJ. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we have
Dusty,
our
I like
first
that Band-Aid.
we have our first outlier of the night. Be picking AJ.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Love it. Okay. All right. Now it's time for two of the biggest one time a year titles we will see. The McRib of wrestling belts just coming back for a limited time. It is the Crown Jewel Championships. And the ladies' Crown Jewel Championship won last year by currently out of action Liv Morgan. Will now be determined by the winner of Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer, the new world heavyweight champion. So Tiffy versus Stephanie. AJ, who do you have?
Stephanie all day. Stephanie all day. Look, let me tell you something. I don't know why. Stephanie, I don't know why at this juncture the WWE still chips in on Tiffany Stratton. Now that she's bad in the ring, her mic skills have improved. So I'm not faulting her. But to me right now, her title runs a little bit like stale bread. All right. You know how you know what? I don't even want to necessarily say stale bread. I'll tell you what this title brain feels like right now. It feels like that to go with a food analogy. It feels like you have your mouth all set for, you know, like when you were a kid, let me go ahead and give me a bologna and cheese sandwich. You know, when you get them bologna and cheese sandwich, put the mayonnaise on the bread, and you go to get that bread, and all you got is 2 pieces of heel left in that bag. You know how disappointing that is? Yeah, you can still make a sandwich with it, but it just don't hit the same. You feel me? That's what this is right now. This would her title reign. I'm just saying. Her title reign feels like 2 stale pieces of heel bread. All right? It ain't hitting the same. And I refuse to accept that they think that putting a crown jewel title, which by the by, when they showed that crown jewel thing on TV again, I said to her, look how ridiculous,
It's ridiculous.
That thing
so
is like the
gaudy.
Empire State Building. I mean,
It's
you
so
got to
gaudy.
be kidding me with the size of that belt. It's out of control. And I thought AEW's title was big. Yeah. But you cannot tell me. What's that?
So it looks like it was designed by a rapper who's got too much money.
Travis Scott. But you cannot tell me they're going to put this title on her and this is going to freshen up 2 pieces of stale bread. It is not. It is absolutely not. It's not going to do Tiffany any good. Quite frankly, they've got a rocket to Stephanie Vaquer, and she's going to the top. And she's international. Tiffany is not. Okay? Stephanie has an international following. when she came onto the main roster scene, the crowd popped for her. And that is really a rare thing to happen from somebody coming over from NXT. Usually they don't even know who the heck those people are. So that says a lot. And I think Triple H has got his finger on the pulse of what's going on, and Stephanie Vaquer is going to get that dub.
Okay. Stephanie, so says our defending champion. B,
Velcro.
who do you got for this match? Stephanie Velcro.
I don't know if Australia wants them to give a Latina that type of power.
Oh my gosh.
I think that they might want it to go to another blonde. It's Australia.
Are you finna tell me that Tiffany's going to out wrestle Stephanie?
I know, I'm not saying that at all, but they are all in on her, and they have been all in on her. And Stephanie is going really fast with a rocket, but that might be too fast.
Too furious.
Too fast.
I don't want her to win. I think they're going to give it to Tiffany.
Okay.
It's hurt my heart a little
And
bit.
then they'll have to run it back or something, but no.
Running back?
I just see
Tiffy time.
the match, not the
Nah.
yeah. I don't know. Oh,
I'll also say this much real quick. The promos that I've seen them have with one another, Tiffany's been real cocky about it. At the end of the day, it's going to be Tiffany time. And Stephanie's been
aren't you
real
supposed
humble.
to be?
But I'm saying she's been real humble. La Primera has just been like, hey, let's shake hands. Let's be friends. Nah, man. Nah, that cockiness is going to be, she's going to,
I hope you're right. I just think they're going to give it to the blonde. I don't know why.
All right.
I think Australia wants to put it on the blonde.
That's cold.
I just do.
Yeah, I'm a bit over the Tiffy experiment. I have been for a while. Like, I don't think I ever recovered from how awkward the Charlotte feud was.
Yep.
And they resurrected Charlotte's likability by pairing her with Alexa almost immediately. And so, this vortex of Nia Jax and Jade Cargill on repeat, like a 2-song playlist, is just, like you said, it's stale bread, man. And like, she's not bad. Like, she's not bad in the ring, but like, I'm not interested in her as a performer. I don't know how else to say it. I lose interest when I see her on TV. And I shouldn't, because I know she's talented, but like, I feel like they have made her really one-dimensional.
Yes.
And there are one-dimensional characters in WWE, but a lot of them, Riggerty is asking, is it her co-stars or her? It's her, because I don't get fatigued with Nia Jax when she makes an appearance in NXT. I didn't get fatigued with the idea of Jade actually winning the title.
Right.
It's Tiffany. And so, I mean, it's Tiffany in the effect of how she's being booked and how she's being written. I don't, not necessarily her personally. So at the end of the day, I think there's way more upside with Stephanie. There's still a little more mystique with her too on the main roster, because she hasn't really been featured a lot, to be honest, especially since she got into the title picture. Like, she won that battle royal in July. She was off TV forever. She shows up and wins the title. I've not really seen her on the show that she represents, Raw, very much. I think I've seen her more on SmackDown in this build than I've seen her on Raw, period. So, so they still got that going for them, of whenever a woman wins the world heavyweight title, they just disappear from TV for some reason, for like the past 2 or 3 champions. And so, that being said, I think, now's the time to show the world to Stephanie Vaquer. And I imagine their match will be entertaining. I think they'll have good chemistry together. I hope they do anyways. And Lord, I hope. I mean, I saw a tease of it last Friday. I'm a little over the 2 belts gimmick for everybody, all throughout wrestling, or 10 belts if you're somebody else. But if Julia wants to take a swing at Tiffany, Lord, please hear our prayers. I would love to see her take the belt off Tiffy, but she would also need to drop the U.S. title, though. I don't want to see 2 belts Julia. Not because I don't think she's deserved. Right. Like, they got enough. They got enough talented women on SmackDown. Somebody else can take that. So, and yeah, Shamanika just mentions Bianca. Like, she's got to be waiting in the wings at some point to show back up. I wonder when she'll be back as well. But yeah, Stephanie's my pick for that. So there we are. Only one match left. It's been looming over us the entire time. The men's Crown Jewel Championship. The defending Crown Jewel champion, Cody Rhodes, versus Seth
Cody
freaking Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship. B, I'm going to let you go first.
Do we sound okay? Because we had an animal intrusion here. Do we sound normal?
Yeah.
You sound like you sound like A sounds like you're sucking helium.
See, okay. I told you.
The cat stepped on the soundboard.
Hold on 1 second. Told you.
Oh, we're still okay. You guys are okay. You're working on it. It's all good. I'll stall for the time. So we've got Cody and Seth. I tell you what, I'll go first. While you guys working for it. So man, this is a tough call because I can see 2 different scenarios going through, right? Cody has beaten Seth 3 times in a row. And they keep on. They've done this with a couple of feuds. We already mentioned Io and Rhea earlier in the stream, and how there is this sort of lingering cloud over people who cannot beat a certain performer on the roster. And Seth has that millstone around his neck. He's got that albatross around his neck that he cannot beat Cody. And I don't think that, on the one hand, I don't think Crown Jewel is the right place for him to get over that hump, which makes me want to pick Cody. But then Raw happened on Monday. And there's 2 things I want to point out. One, I did not pick Bronson Reed, and I do not think the Vision is going 0-2. And number 2, Seth had a very tense promo with Paul Heyman, where he's basically asking, who am I if I lose this match? Like, he was almost trying to goad or provoke Paul Heyman into admitting he wasn't loyal to him. Mm-hmm. But what he kept asking was, Paul, if I don't lose this match, and what did Paul keep saying? You're going to win this match, with this slimy grin on his face,
right,
the whole time. And part of me is going to hate myself if I'm right about this, but I think Paul's already got a plan locked in that Seth doesn't even know about. I think Brock shows up in Perth and he interferes against Seth Rollins' consent, and Seth wins with help that he didn't ask for. So Seth gets his win, but he doesn't have the control over the Vision he thinks he has.
Right.
And so Cody, Cody could win. But I feel like that would be a flat ending to the show. I don't know if this is main eventing. Cena could main event the show for all we know. But I think there's more, especially with that promo on Monday, there's more interest and more what's going to happen next to be told if Cody and Seth close the show. And so I think they're going to. I think both of them have earned enough ego to be like, the two of us are a main event match. Sorry, John, whatever, and they're both the world champions. So I think they probably go on last. I think Seth gets a win with help that he didn't ask for. Maybe there's multiple vision interference and they don't come through. And Brock is like a last resort, a plan B from Paul Heyman. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think Brock is going to be factored into War Games with Heyman. And you got to get him in there somewhere. And I hope they don't Cena it by having him show up on the go home show to Survivor Series and be like, guess what? He's in the team now. Like they could actually start telling this story. So, yeah, I'm going Seth, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Love it.
All right.
Was I up first?
No,
he was.
You were up first? Okay.
Why are you trying to cut in line, man?
Go right ahead.
I totally agree with you. It doesn't make any sense for them to have Cody beat him again. Like it just doesn't. And then because they put so much stake on this, and because he does have a heel faction, and because Paul does have a bigger stable than just the Vision, like you said, with Brock in his back pocket. And I think that is going to factor more into the ultimate demise of this faction, but not yet. It's too early. So I agree with you all the way around.
All right, A. Bring us home, champ.
Yeah, 100%. Look, here's the thing. It can't always be Cody. Now, let me say this much. Like you said, Monday Night Raw happened. Initially, wait, hold on. Go sit. Getting a little too needy. It cannot always be Cody. Okay? It just can't. I can't have him winning 2 Royal Rumbles. I can't have him winning 2 Crown Jewels. I cannot have it.
They gotta stop all that.
You gotta stop all that. You put the title back on this dude,
and he's really King of the Ring.
And he's King of the Ring. You just pump your brakes, kid. Pump your brakes. Actually, that's a perfect way to say it. Lincoln Osiris, who was actually Australian, he's about to cross some freaking lines. Okay, pump your brakes. Okay, I cannot have it. I feel like this. They had to do something. Okay, so initially this felt a little too forced and contrived, and just kind of we're gonna pick the weakest possible thing to have him pick a fight with Cody Rhodes, because that's not the vibe that we got when he was his shield and he helped him. That wasn't what it was. But now you're making it out like that's what it was. Fine, I'll bite. You're looking at this watch. You're kind of in your head. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Brock Lesnar does in fact show up. I do agree that Paul Heyman has a plan, because I also will say this much: when it was brought up, I think Cody Rhodes was saying like, "Hey, did you authorize so-and-so showing up a show they don't even go to?" And he's like, everything goes through me. And you saw it in his eyes. It didn't go through him. It didn't. It happened. And he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to accept it and move on. But it didn't go through him. You already alluded to the fact that Paul Heyman is doing his own thing to keep you in power. But I loved how Paul Heyman flat out said, well, I've got to ask myself some hard questions now, don't I? Why did I pick this horse and left that one? Why did I leave one member of the Shield to stick my wagon to your star? I like that. So Monday Night Raw definitely has my interest peaked for this match, more so than it had previously. I think it makes sense for Seth to win. I think he needs the bragging rights, absolutely. And also, and this is going to sound a little strange, but we've talked about this before, the heavyweight titles have played second fiddle to the WWE championships. And that's another reason why I feel both Stephanie and Seth Rollins need to get this win, because it'll help solidify them both as legitimate first-rate champions, and not just this title came into place because we needed a title on the second-rate show. You know what I mean?
I forgot
I think that's important.
mention that by word, that like people will look at you as another second-rate champion holding a second-rate belt. And like, that's the quiet part loud. Like, you don't say that on the show unless you've got a plan to legitimize it.
Have to.
And so, yeah. Okay.
You have
so
to.
you're,
It is 100% necessary.
so that's, so you got Seth as well.
So there's only one match that we differ on, and that's me standing against y'all.
Now actually, B, I've got you differing from us twice. You picked Tiffany, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So B has picked Tiffany and AJ. Me and A have identical picks. So it is what it is. So we'll either go undefeated together or we'll lose. So,
but point of order, Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Yeah.
If I must say, more than anything, I'm hoping and praying to the wrestling gods of old that Triple H and company listened to the constructive criticism from their last show at ESPN. That show was mid. It was
Saturday
fine. The matches were fine. It was fine, but it wasn't what it should have been. It wasn't what they were promised. It just wasn't. There was no surprises. There was nothing out of the ordinary that happened in that show whatsoever.
Stephanie McMahon went into the Hall of Fame. That was a surprise. I'm technically speaking.
Let me tell you what that was. That was the Undertaker coming out as the American Badass, right? He fixed the gray a little bit. He looks at Stephanie. He shakes his head. He gets the microphone. He goes over to the barricade and he puts his hand on his hip, and he just kind of does a kind of a this. And I'm looking at him going,
showing his age.
This guy.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he broke character.
That's somebody
right now.
That's not Taker. That's somebody's Uncle Mark at the backyard barbecue.
And that was weird because he is the one person who would not break character for so many
for 30
years.
plus years.
But now he's accepted that everybody breaks character all the time.
He's wearing the Dave Bautista glasses now. Except they're blue.
I could forgive all of that, but he sat there and talked to Stephanie for 5-6 straight minutes and didn't once say "Buckle up, Stephanie." Little
Not
shout
once.
out, little callback,
little turn
to
back.
the corporate ministry.
I
don't believe
not once.
And if I can address Dossie asked, Steph had no idea it was going to happen, right? I believe it was a legitimate surprise for Stephanie. I think she probably knew they were doing a segment. I'm sure they were like, Taker's going to come out and you guys are going to banter, or promote the next show or promote your podcasts or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think she had a clue that that's what they were actually doing, because Hunter didn't know when they did it to him either. And I 100% believe that announcement was a shoot surprise for Stephanie. I don't think she knew that was what they were going to talk about. And I am happy for her with that, because I thought we saw a genuine emotional reaction from her too in that. Although since Hunter took over, he goes in the Hall of Fame year 1. She goes in the Hall of Fame year 2. Like, guys,
year 3, Vince Kennedy McMahon.
You're going to be around. You're going to be around for a while. It's okay. We all know you guys are going in at some point. It doesn't have to be right away. Like,
right.
Where's Bam?
But all I'm saying is,
like, anyway,
all I'm saying is, this show
better be better.
Better be better with some surprises, some shenanigans. I've said this 1,000,001 times. I'll say this in conclusion. And this is you and me, Steven. We talked about a little bit of this. A pay-per-view. You paid money to see a pay-per-view match. Closed circuit television. This stuff back in the day, this wasn't cheap.
No.
You had to shell out some extra cash.
It's not cheap now.
It's not cheap.
$50. $50 per show.
And TKO putting hard times on, but all I'm saying is you expect to get your money's worth. You remember back in the day, you would go pay for a Mike Tyson pay-per-view and it was over in the first round.
90 seconds.
I ain't paying that. I'm not paying that kind of money for that, Tyson. You have to do better than this. But although then again, first round heavyweight bout. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
People been knocked out in the first round.
That's all I got. But
3 minutes.
But all I'm saying is, it was a scathing review enough that you coming out, Triple H opens the show, you're making it like you ain't seen nothing. Like you're really making this out to be a whole thing with ESPN. And it was nothing. It was nothing. The matches were fine. The Stephanie thing was fine. It was fine. But that's not a pay-per-view. I'm still old school pay-per-view. Give me my money's worth.
It was like
this on a free show.
It was like a trade show, you know, like in the video game world, they had E3 back in the day, or like San Diego Comic-Con, like where they make some big, like the whole thing. I thought the opening segment, the opening video for WrestlePalooza was cool, and that like merging sports clips with wrestling clips throughout those periods in history where they're like sports has always been entertainment. And I think that was so like, I love how they pretty much stole the sports presentation idea away from AEW. And they're like, oh, no. Our wrestling isn't sports related. All sports is entertainment related. And it always has been since like Muhammad Ali, which is true. And so that was a brilliant, like their vignette game has jumped up exponentially. And I loved on Saturday watching my Georgia Bulldogs play and hearing Joe Tess on the mic. And then, you know, Monday, here he is on Raw on the mic again. I'm like, that's my Raw announcer calling the Bulldog. You know, like you get this blend. You get this blend of sports and entertainment going on. But yeah, like at some point, I really want to see them have a healthy distance. There's some of it's never going back, but to a degree, and I think keeping the 5-match card gives us a little bit of that. It gives those matches time to work. And I think the women have been getting better. Not that they've been getting better in the ring. They're already good, but they've been giving them the time to shine on their own merits, you know? And so they have been stepping their game up. You even saw that in Unreal. Like Triple H low key was like leaning over to Shawn or somebody and being like, low key, the women are putting the men in the dirt right now. Like, and it's not even close. Like he's sitting there burying the men's roster, you know, on camera. But he's not wrong. Like, and they're doing their thing. And there's a lot of ladies waiting for their call up too, that are going to keep burning it up once they come up to the main roster, as we saw tonight on Showdown, or you guys will see. And so they're still telling good stories. But yeah, like that, they got to be careful about how they pace some of this stuff out, because the big shows still need to feel like the big shows, and not like another episode of something.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I'm watching something that I paid money for, that I could easily see on a Saturday morning. You remember they used to have wrestling on a Saturday morning. Superstars, baby. You know, Superstars. I'm just saying. And I said it on Raw. I can get a digital antenna right now, connected to my TV. I can stream in Friday Night SmackDown. Doesn't cost me a dime. Yep. Okay. But if I'm paying extra, I better get extra. It's just like the food analogy. If I'm paying for extra guac, I don't want the same amount of guac. Give me my extra guac. Don't Chipotle us, man. You pay for that double meat. There better be no bread, no water. You know what I mean? Just meat. Yeah. Oh, yes. All right. Man, well, we have fooded this up appropriately. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little late in the evening to be making it food heavy, but thank you guys, A and B, for being here. Any final thoughts? I mean, we kind of final thoughted it just now a little bit, but
you final thoughted it?
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
But yeah, if we want to go around, B, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
You know, they better be a good show, because otherwise I'll sleep right through it, right on air, just be snoring on the mic.
5 a.m. 5 a.m.
So, you know, it's looking good. You know, they pulled the Roman card, so that got me interested.
There you go. Now, if he goes on first, are you just going to go take a nap after it's over?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
You better not. You better.
Hey, any final thoughts?
I say it would be very fitting for Roman to open the show and Seth to close it. If we're gonna see a Brock appearance, it just makes sense. You've gotta. It's like a relay race. You gotta open strong. You gotta close strong. You just have to. You know what I mean? And like I said, to go back to the food analogy, I don't know what it is today. The food analogy, if you're getting a sandwich, you want 2 pieces of bread that you like. I don't care what it is, pumpernickel, sourdough,
fresh bread.
Fresh bread. You know what I mean? But what's inside, man, that meat, come on now. You got to give me something. So that's why I always go back to the Summer Olympics. I love a good relay race. You got to start off strong. You would ideally like that person in the middle to just keep it steady, keep the show right there at that level. But that leg, you got to bring it home, baby. That leg has got to bring it home. That leg of this PLE has got to bring it home. And I'm saying that it has the potential to do that with whatever shenanigans. It's got to have resounding effects. And also because they know that this is overseas, that the times are completely out of whack for so many people, that you got to give us something to pay attention to. For us here on the West Coast, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. On the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. That's early for some people, especially for us. You got to give us something that is other than what we would have seen the night before on Friday. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying. And I think they're going to do it.
You hope.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got a good card to where I think they could really pace out great action. Like if Hunter asked me the match placement, I think I would put Roman on first and Seth and Cody on last. I'd put Stephanie and Tiff on second. I'd probably put the tag match right in the middle of the show and put Cena right before Cody and Seth. To pace that out, although that could be a little long there at the end with those 2 matches. But I don't know. Yeah. That's why I don't work for them. But nevertheless, thank you guys so much. Thank you A and B for being a part of this. Thank you everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. And before we go, A and B, if I have your permission, I should have asked you guys before we started, but we've been talking offline about an idea related to our predictions. Maybe going off, towards the end of the year, maybe doing at Survivor Series. Are you okay if I share that with the group? If y'all remember what I'm talking about, anyways. Yeah, we're having talks, or we're having ideas, brainstorming sessions, if you will, about opening up a prediction contest just for the members, for the chat, for the coalition community. I'm looking at logistical details on how to do that, but if possible, we could have a multi-channel predictions championship that you could have in conjunction with your Super Chat championship. So that way we could I'll go ahead and tell y'all right now, if we implement this, you are probably not going to know who the champion is by the end of the broadcast. It's gonna have to wait for Raw or SmackDown that week for us to find out who the champion is. But if you guys are interested in that, let A and B know. Let me know when we're doing our streams. And if there's enough interest, I may look into us cultivating that for Survivor Series and see if it's a thing we want to keep doing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can't hurt.
All right. Well, again, everybody, thanks so much for joining us this evening. Have a safe and restful evening and rest of your week. Where can they see you next time, guys?
Well, I just put it in the chat. We'll be back for Friday Night SmackDown, baby, the go-home show of SmackDown as they slide on into home base for WWE Crown Jewel 2025, Perth, Australia, baby. I'm looking forward to it. Keep in mind that we are going live at 5. Usually it's 5 p.m., but this instance, it is 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. She will not be in the best shape. She's going to be wiping the sleep out of her eyes because we also are looking forward to Monday Night Raw 5 a.m. because they're still going to be in Perth, Australia. I'm going to be here. No guarantees to her, but she did say in the chat it is recorded that you're going to be here.
I don't remember that.
Either way, that's when you can catch us next.
All right. As always, you got me on Tuesdays for NXT. I may or may not be here Saturday morning for for Crown Jewel. Still making that decision. I will not be doing Monday Morning Raw. So absolutely join A and B for that, or A and maybe B. As
Well,
that
if you
works
don't do a
itself out.
live, why don't you do a recap?
Maybe may do that. So either way, I'll have thoughts to share, I'm sure, with
You'll
how
have
it all
some
goes.
thoughts.
As always with some thoughts. But thank you guys so much for joining us for the Coalition for A and B Combos for Marked by Wrestling. Thank you all.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful evening and a pleasant rest of the week, mates.